Okay, we are going to start the class today. We are going to discuss a little bit about the simple past again. We are going to see some videos for you to practice the pronunciation about the simple past, regular and irregular verbs, okay? So in the simple past tense, we have two different verbs. We have the regular verbs and we have the irregular verbs. Okay, what is the difference between the regular and irregular verbs? The only difference is that regular verbs just you add ed to the verbs. But if you want to talk about the irregular verbs, these verbs change a lot, change everything, okay? Example of regular verbs. Watch. Here we say watched, okay? So just to change the ID, just to add the ID. Example, talk, talked. Cook, cooked. Study, here you can say study is studied. Walk, walked. Listen, listened. Dance, danced. Visit, visited. Decide, decided. Okay, so here, watched, pronunciation with T. Talked, the same, T. Cooked, pronunciation with T. Studied, pronunciation with ed. Studied. Walked, pronunciation with T. Listened, pronunciation with D. Listened. Danced, pronunciation with, let's see, danced, D. Danced. Visited, pronunciation ID. And decided to pronunciation with ID. Okay, so the difference between the regular and irregular verbs is first that regular just you add ed at the end of the verb, but the pronunciation is different. Why? Because we have three different pronunciation for each verb. We have T sound, ID sound, and D sound when you pronounce these verbs in past. Okay. What about verbs, irregular verbs? When we talk about irregular verbs, these verbs change a lot. Okay, example, see is so. Help is helped. Sorry. Sorry, is sleep. Sleep, slept. Bring, brought. take, took, come, came, go, went. Do, did. Okay, so here you have different verbs that change a lot when you speak. When you speak in the past. Okay, see, sleep, bring, take, come, do, go. Okay, verbs that change in everything. In everything. Okay. Do you have any question right now about this part? Guys, any question?
No.
No questions? Are you sure? Okay, so right now we are going to see a video. Okay, this video, as I told you, is the use of the verbs in the simple past. Okay, so we are going to see the pronunciation. We're going to see right now the pronunciation about verbs in past, but right now just verbs in the in this case regular verbs in the past. Okay, so pay attention to this video.
Regular verbs. Played, walked, decided. When thinking about the pronunciation of the past tense of regular verbs, think about Edward Scissorhands. Ed is short for Edward. Unfortunately, Ed does not exist in the pronunciation of any of the past tense of regular verbs. Sorry, Ed. Instead, the ed ending in regular verbs is pronounced in one of three ways: d, t, or id. The d pronunciation is used for regular verbs that end with a voiced sound. Voiced sounds are sounds that are made in the throat and make your throat vibrate. If you put your hand on your throat and make these sounds, you will feel your throat vibrate. B, e, g, I, j, l, m, n, th, u, v, w, z, y. So, describe.
Okay, now listen. Here it says that when the verb finished with B, E, G, I, J, L, M, and R, TH, U, V, W, Z, and Y in some cases, okay, the pronunciation is going to be with D, okay, when the verb finished with this letter or with the sound of this letter, okay, con el sonido o con la letra, okay. Example, describe, described, okay, let's listen.
Becomes described. Agree, simply becomes agreed. Belong becomes belonged. Identify becomes identified. Change becomes changed. Travel becomes travelled. Welcome becomes welcomed. Design becomes designed. Answer becomes answered. Breathe becomes breathed. Continue becomes continued. Improve becomes improved. Follow becomes followed. Amuse becomes amused. Play becomes played. So in summary, if you have a regular verb that ends with a voiced sound, in terms of pronunciation, simply don't pronounce the E. If a regular verb ends with an unvoiced sound, a sound that is made at the front of your mouth, the pronunciation of that verb in the past tense will end with a T. These sounds are generally percussive sounds.
Okay, so let's identify here. It says that if the verbs finish with P or with CH, SH, CH, S, K, P, or TH for objects, for things, the pronunciation is going to be with T, okay, with T. Let's continue.
Kinds of sounds that you would hear in a drum beat. Help becomes helped. Work becomes worked. Relax becomes relaxed. Wash becomes washed. Watch becomes watched. Froth becomes frothed. And laugh becomes laughed. The id ending for the past tense of regular verbs is only used when a verb ends with D or T. Recommend becomes recommended.
Okay, so look at here what it says. Deep pronunciation or a deep pronunciation, you are going to use a deep pronunciation when the verbs finished with D or T. D or T sound.
Persuade, persuaded. Provide, provided. Decide, decided. Need, needed. And with T, start becomes started. Act, acted. Create, created. participate, participated. So to summarize, if the final sound of a regular verb ends with T or D, the pronunciation is id. If you would like to practice and learn more about the past simple and past participle forms of regular verbs, then email me to receive a free copy.
Okay. So guys, any question about this part? Guys, any question? No?
No, teacher.
Is everything clear? ¿Está todo claro? Yes.
Más.
Kind of. Más o menos significa kind of en inglés, ¿ok?
Okay.
Kind of. Okay. So we are going to practice, okay? We are going to practice making sentences, okay? Also, this is going to be part of your homework, okay? Let's start. We're going to start practicing this exercise, okay? So it says, exercise 1, write the past tense form of the verbs on the line. We have stand. In the past, do you have any idea about this? No? Verb stand? Any idea? Extended? No, this is irregular. Okay, so in this case is stood. Okay, let's repeat after me. Stand, stood. Repeat after me, guys. Stand, stood. Okay, thank you so much. Very good. All these verbs, most of these verbs are irregular, okay? Put is the same. Put, okay, is the same. What about sit? What about sit? Do you have any idea about this part? Okay, very good. Sit is sat. Sat. Sit, sat. Okay, what about read? What about read? Okay, for read is the same. We write the same verb, but the pronunciation is different, okay? So read, pronunciation read, okay? That is the pronunciation, red, like the color, okay? Read, red. So guys, listen, cuando los verbos se escriben iguales en presente y en pasado, estos son verbos irregulares, siempre, ¿ok? Yes. Okay, what about ride? Any idea? Ride? No, no idea? Okay, ride is road. Road. What about buy? What about buy? Buy. In past, buy.
Bow.
Thank you so much, Leonel. Boat. Okay, boat. What about tell? Tell.
Told.
Told. Very good. Told. What about drink? What about drink? In past. Drink.
Drunk.
Thank you so much. Drank. Drank. Go.
Went.
Very good. Thank you. Went. And run. Run. Okay. Run. Okay. Guys, in the in the classroom, I will upload a list of verbs, okay? Les voy a subir una lista de verbos and necesito que lo descargue y lo imprima, ok, para que se tenga esa lista de verbos ya ahí en su cuadernito o bueno, los puede descargar, imprimir y los puede pegar en el cuaderno o los pueden dar así como un folleto, ¿ok? Pero cada vez que vayamos a clases, lunes, miércoles y viernes, o cada día de clase, los tiene que tener a la mano para practicar, ¿ok?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, very good. Let's repeat after me. Stand, stood.
And stood.
Put, pot.
Put, pot.
Okay, everybody, this is for everybody, not just Leonel. One more time. Put, put.
Put.
Very good. Sit, sat.
Sit, sat.
Read, read.
Read.
Ride, rode.
Right.
Road.
Buy, bought.
By.
Boat.
Tell, told.
Tell.
Told.
Drink, drank.
Drink.
Drink.
Drank.
Drunk.
Go, went.
Go.
Went.
Run, run.
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 Good, very good job. Great. Okay, now let's go to the second exercise, okay? It says, write the past tense form of the verbs in the brackets on the lines. Okay, we're going to fill in the blank space with the verb in the past. In this case, we have here in parentheses in the brackets the verb see. Okay, what is the past of see? What is the past of see?
So.
So.
Thank you so much. So, okay, so it says a beautiful dress in the shop yesterday. I saw, right? I saw a beautiful dress. Number 2, Joe a lottery ticket last week. We have the verb find. What is the past of find?
Found.
Found, yes. Joe found a ticket, a lottery ticket. Okay, we Some days to the mountain last month. And we have go. What is the past of go, Gerardo?
Went.
Okay, very good. Went. We went. We went some dates to the mountains last month. Number 4, I am happy. The history lesson yesterday. Leo.
New.
Okay, very good. Yes, I knew. I knew. I am happy. I knew the history lesson yesterday. So let's continue. Number 5, the thief. The thief. The thief is a person who steal things, objects. Un ladrón. Okay. The thief, my wallet with all my credit cards. Credit cards. Take. Emma, the simple past of take. Emmanuel. The simple past of take. Okay, Hazel, the past of take.
Talk.
Took. Took. Okay, took. Took. Okay, number 6, the voice, the page of my book. Throw. What is the past of throw? Leonel.
Drew.
Drew. Okay, it's drew.
Okay.
True. Okay, number 7. He was at home yesterday at 10 p.m. Bear, think. What is the simple past of think? What is the past of think?
Thought.
Thought. Thank you. Thought. Like C, like a Z. Thought. Okay. Let's see. Number 8. Your mom me in the street last Friday. Emma. Simple past of C.
So.
Very good. So. Great. Your mom saw me yesterday in the street. Oh, sorry. Your mom saw me in the street last Friday. Okay, number 9. Daniel, a new jumper yesterday. And we have where? Gerardo.
Where?
And kind of, okay. In this case is wore.
Okay.
Wore is irregular. Wore. Okay, it's wore. Okay. And the last one, number 10. My dad Japanese last year for his job. We have learned. Learned. Hazel.
Learn.
Yeah, learned. Okay, very good. Now guys, listen. We're going to do the next exercises. the next exercise. The next exercise is it's about to write the negative and interrogative sentence. Vamos a escribir la forma interrogativa y negativa. Okay, look at the example. He wrote a letter. This is in affirmative. Subject pronouns, verb in the past, and the complement, a letter. He wrote a letter. Okay, now remember that when we use the auxiliary verb, that in this case is did, that is the auxiliary verb, we are not going to use the verb in the past. Okay, so look at here. In English, we have different verbs in different tenses, but also we have infinitives and gerunds, okay? What is the difference between both? Infinitives are verbs in base form, su forma base, okay? Verbos no conjugados, base form verbs. And gerunds, do you remember gerunds? Yes. What are gerunds?
ing.
Very good. Verbs with ing. Thank you. Okay, just for you to make a review, okay, I recovered. If I say to play, this is an infinitive. Okay, to play, that is an infinitive. If I say playing, this is a gerund. To play is an infinitive. Playing is a gerund. Okay. Very good. Now, when we talk in the simple past and we used an auxiliary verb that in the past is did, the next verb is going to be in infinitive. It means that it's not going to change. Example, look at here. I ate pasta yesterday. Negative, I didn't, that is the auxiliary verb, I didn't, and the verb in this case is ate, in infinitive is eat, okay? I didn't eat pasta yesterday. Here, in the first one, the verb is in the past, okay? The verb is conjugated in the past. That is ate. In the second one, that is in negative, we use the auxiliary verb, el verbo auxiliar, and the following verb, the main verb, el verbo principal, is going to be in infinitive. Este no va a cambiar. Why is not going to change? Because we are using the auxiliary. Estamos ocupando el auxiliar. And for questions, what happens if I say questions? For questions, first go the auxiliary. Primero va el auxiliar. Did I, did you, did he, did she, did it? Okay. Did you eat pasta yesterday? Did you eat pasta yesterday? Yes. Yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. Yes, I did or no, I didn't. Any question right now, students?
No, teacher, pero solo una cosa, o sea que cuando está en negativo y en pregunta, va a ser siempre como normal el verbo.
Yes, yes, we are going to use the normal verb. No vamos a ocupar el verbo en pasado porque ya estamos ocupando el verbo auxiliar.
Ok, teacher, gracias.
You're welcome. Another question? No?
No, teacher.